Hey, hello everyone. This is KTG Bomb. MetalStorm just released a new mode called Capture the Flag, even though it's only available for a limited time. Since it's only been out for a little while, it doesn't seem like there's really a solid guide yet on how to play efficiently and boost your win rate. And because of that, a lot of my squad mates seem to be pretty stressed out about this mode. So Bomb here decided to put something together. So how exactly should you play this Capture the Flag mode? How do you play it to boost your win rate? Let's figure it out together. And before we start, please hit that subscribe and like button. Alright, let's get into it. First, let me explain the basic concept of this game. Okay, as you can see, the bottom is our side, and the top is the enemy side. What we need to do is steal this flag located in enemy territory, bring it back to our side, and turn it in at our base. Scoring it gets you 1 point. It's the same the other way around for the enemy. Flip it around, and the enemy's basic objective is to steal the flag located on our side and carry it back to their base. Let me zoom in and show you. This is the flag, the one located in enemy territory that we need to steal. The goal is to grab this and score it at this base on our side. Oh, that's easy, that's simple. Yeah, it is simple. The game rules are simple. But whether the game goes well or completely off the rails depends on whether you understand and grasp the overall flow of the game. So, the first thing you need to understand is what situation the game is currently in and how it's flowing. That's the most important thing. What you'll see in this shot is the status bar. I've set all enemy planes to show up in yellow by default, but you can see this one plane has a different color. That means this one Rafale among the enemy planes has stolen our flag. Whoa, that's an emergency, right? Just seeing that alone should raise the alarm. Oh, the enemy just took our flag. I need to defend it right away. You can also tell from the mini-map, but since I'm currently on offense, I can't see our defensive side very well, right? So you can figure out the situation both by checking the mini-map and by looking at the status bar at the top. On the flip side, when one of our planes steals this flag on our side, you'll also see one plane's color change like this. Looking at the mini-map right now, you can see plane number 1, the KF-21 Boromai, has stolen the enemy's flag and is running for it. That also shows up on the status bar. So while playing this game, the most important thing is being able to look at the color of the plane on the status bar and immediately think, oh, we're currently going out to grab the flag, or one enemy plane just stole our flag, and use that to react actively. Now let's take a look at just the mini-map on Stormbreak and try to understand together what kind of situation this is. Okay, as you can see here, enemy plane number 5, an F-16, has taken the flag. Our flag should be right here, but if you look, enemy plane number 5 is here instead. It stole the flag from here and is now running away with it. On the other hand, from our side, our Vigan has stolen the enemy's flag, which should be over here. Where is it now? Right here. It's made it this far. So at this point, our Vigan should really be rushing back to score that point on our side. But looking at the current situation, it seems to be attacking that fleeing enemy plane number 5 instead. Attacking is important too, of course, but once you've grabbed the flag, you need to remember that you have to carry it back to your own side as fast as possible to actually score. Now, this is pretty basic stuff, but why am I emphasizing it so much? Because if you don't understand the overall situation, I've seen a lot of players who, without grasping where our planes are, whether they're attacking or carrying the flag, just keep attacking whatever enemy is nearby. If you play like that, you'll never win against a decent team. So just like with any kind of play, in this Capture the Flag mode, You need to accurately grasp what's currently happening in the game in order to play efficiently based on that. That's what I really want to get across. Now for this next clip, I'll show you some gameplay on Stormbreak where I attack using the Mighty Dragon. I think the top pick for the attacking role and capture the flag is definitely the Mighty Dragon. And in my opinion, the only jet that can properly defend against it is the Rafale. On the flip side, the Rafale is also really effective on defense, since its missile has such great turn performance. Even against fleeing jets equipped with faster flares, the Rafale seems to be the most threatening defender out there. Right now, the Mighty Dragon has taken the enemy's flag and is carrying it back to our side. And while some people prefer setting up the Mighty Dragon with faster flares and thrust booster, personally I prefer ideal maneuvering. Because if you dive straight down, you can hit over 3,000 even in a situation like this in terms of speed. All right, scored it, that's 1 point now. And when you're dodging enemy missiles left and right with ideal maneuvering equipped, your speed barely drops even while turning. Fuel management is a lot easier too. So personally, I think ideal maneuvering is the better choice. Now look at the situation here. Our Viggen is coming back with the enemy's flag. And enemy plane number 5 and F-16 has also taken our flag and is carrying it back to their side. That's exactly the kind of situation you need to be aware of. Sometimes people don't realize we've already taken the flag and go running toward the enemy side to grab it, haha. Then they're like, wait, why isn't the flag here? So as you can see, our Viggen is carrying the flag while also joining in on attacks. And since a bunch of enemy planes are grouping up to try to intercept it, we're moving in quickly to harass them and back it up. Now look, what happened here? Our plane died while carrying the flag. When that happens, the flag stays right there on the spot for 15 seconds. You need to quickly pass the baton, like a relay, and keep carrying it. Otherwise, once those 15 seconds pass, the flag you were carrying resets back to its original spot. This is really important too. So when a teammate takes the flag and starts carrying it, it can be really important for others to follow in a line behind them and back them up. So once again, I want to emphasize how important it is to grasp the overall game situation as you play it out. Now, this time, let me walk you through a couple of real match clips to show you how to actually play the game out. Earlier I said the Mighty Dragon is pretty good, but even that has real limitations, unless it's level 20 with faster flares equipped. This time, instead of focusing on jet matchups, let me show you how to play through a match strategically and tactically. So this is an unmodified match. It's a 4v4. I'm flying the Typhoon here. The match has started, and when you start a match, it's good to decide ahead of time which jet will focus on attacking, which will play defense, and which will handle the connection in the midfield. In my view, jets like the Rafale and the Tornado ADV are good picks for defense. Now, as you can see, you shouldn't just rush in blindly. You need to read the situation. Looking at the minimap, I saw 4 enemy jets grouped up in the middle. That means there probably aren't many enemies left guarding their flag, so I move in based on that read. See, I went in together with our Borome. When attacking, it's better to go in together as a team like this, rather than just one jet alone. Our Borome grabbed the flag, right? The reason I kept following, though, is that there's definitely going to be an enemy jet guarding near their respawn area. So backing up the flag carrier so it can escape safely is an extremely important part of the situation. No matter how many times you grab the flag, if you can't successfully carry it back to your side, you won't score. Looking at the front here, our Borome is escaping well, but enemy plane number 5 is sticking close and harassing it, see? Died. Now you need to quickly relay this one. You've got to grab it again before that 15-second timer runs out. So to prevent this kind of situation, it's really important not just for me, but for teammates in the center to also come in quickly and back up whoever's carrying the flag. And right now, too, instead of just running through open ground, it's really important to avoid it and use terrain to escape. That Rafale keeps chasing all the way, which is pretty annoying, but our teammates are consistently backing me up well here. I've only got 1 HP left. Oh, and I had no flares. But luckily, thanks to the Typhoon's special ability, I barely managed to score 1 point. See, scoring even 1 point is this hard, guys. It's not something you can pull off just by being good on your own. On the way back with the flag, backup from teammates is really important to safely escort it in. So when you grab the flag, make good use of the need help message like this. Hello is sending a help request, but I was too far away to make it in time. Now, once you die, you need to grab the flag again within 15 seconds. But given the situation, I judged that I wouldn't make it in time. So I'm not going for it right now. Instead, I'm regrouping to try another attack. Looking back at a moment like that, it's a bit of a shame. When a teammate is bringing the flag back, it would have helped if someone had rushed out to meet them in the midfield and backed them up. Now, since I saw our jets grouped up in the back, I judged the flag area to be relatively open, so I went in alone this time. After grabbing the flag and turning back, there was a KF-21 on this side, so I turned the other way. But there was also a Rafale over there. You always have to keep an eye on the minimap and use the terrain to make good decisions. With that Rafale chasing behind you, you need to be careful since its missiles pack quite a punch. So I keep sending the help message asking for backup quickly. And if teammates see that, they should group up in the center fast to cut off the enemy, so the flag carrier can safely return to our side. See, that Rafale just keeps following me. This is a really scary situation. And here too, missiles are coming in. And like that, we've successfully recaptured the flag a second time and scored 2 points. So, like I keep saying, you always need to keep checking who took the flag and which enemy jet stole ours. And once one of our teammates grabs the flag, it's good to quickly group up over there and join in the escort mission together. That's what I wanted to explain here. Now let me show you a second real match clip. This is also an unmodified 5v5 match on Crimson Canyon. Bomb is flying the Typhoon here. Of course, when it comes to capture the flag, I think jets with good mobility and strong focused missile firepower, the quick, nimble ones tend to be a lot better, at least as a first choice. The Gripen, with its ability to cloak, has some good points too. All right, I'm taking on the attacking role here. No enemy jets in sight for now, so I'm crossing over just to test the waters and see what's going on. See here, enemy plane number 1 turned toward me. If I just keep flying straight through this, I'll get caught from behind, right? Charging straight at the flag, no matter what, isn't the important part here. You need to create a situation where you can grab the flag safely without dying and get out. At this point, 2 of our jets come in to back me up. That's why you go in together. If you go in alone, your chances of surviving are pretty slim. If I don't take down that Boromai up ahead, it could get on my tail, so I took the risk and went head-on to attack first. Now look, our 2 jets attacking together made for great teamwork here. They backed me up well so I could grab the flag safely. Even when attacking like this, having 2 or 3 jets moving in strategically together like this is good. It lets you cut off the fleeing enemy that just grabbed the flag ahead of you. So for capture the flag, it's not about whoever gets the flag first, like an air superiority match. Sometimes engaging in combat first is actually necessary in order to safely grab the flag and get back. Taking down the enemy jet first, then carrying the flag can also be one valid strategy. In that moment just now, going in on the attack in sync with your teammates worked out really well. You need to be able to read situations like this when attacking too. Now, looking here, our Gripen has grabbed the flag and is heading back, right? We need to rush over and back them up right away. Other teammates might not realize what's going on, so I type out a movement message like this to get their attention. Our Gripen has the flag and is coming back. Back it up fast. That's basically what it says. Now, judging that there's no enemy jet that can threaten our Gripen right now, I go ahead and swing back on the offensive. This is to get into position for a quick follow-up attack once our Gripen passes through our base. Up ahead, I spotted an enemy Rafale coming in. With 2-3 enemy jets near me right now, just grabbing the flag here blindly isn't the answer. I'm looking at what angle and approach would let me grab it and get out safely. I was too focused on the mini-map and ended up crashing into the terrain. Then, the moment an enemy Rafale lines up its guns on me from behind, I catch it and use the terrain to dodge. So what you need to watch for here is, when you go in to grab the flag, where the enemy jets are and which direction they're facing, and use that to find a strategic route that neutralizes their attack while also letting you dodge it. In a case like this, since I had very little HP left and an enemy was chasing me, I judged that going straight in would get me killed. So I'm looping around a bit using the terrain instead. Now, looking here, oh, I can see an enemy jet has grabbed the flag and is running away with it. So when picking your attack route or your return route, it's not always about going in a straight line. Sometimes you need to pick a safer path. If you can't guarantee your own survival, taking a bit of a detour is also worth considering. You need to avoid dying as much as possible and retreat toward a spot where you can get the most backup from teammates. So what you need to take away from this match is that, like when our Gripen was carrying the flag earlier, rushing over quickly to back them up. And likewise, when I'm the one carrying the flag, having teammates rush to back me up. That's really important, and I want to emphasize that once more. So that's a somewhat brief rundown of the Capture the Flag mode. I hope it was helpful. This Capture the Flag mode really requires attack, defense, and the players in between to stay actively and organically connected as a team. This applies to team deathmatch and air superiority too. But for example, say this is the center of the battlefield. Our side is at the bottom and the enemy's is at the top. If a lot of enemy jets are grouped up top, then our defenders should also push the front line upward. That's playing forward defense. You push this defensive line further up to pressure the top while attacking. On the flip side, if all the enemy jets are grouped up near the bottom, then aside from the jet on offense, your midfielders should also drop down and provide backup from below. Actively pushing and pulling the front line like this to find the position that lets you fight most efficiently can be really important too. All right, that covers everything I prepared for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like the video too. Thanks, guys. This has been KTG Bomb signing off.